Welcome to a brand new Doctor Who video for today, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about a specific Doctor Who topic that I want to talk about. Now, I've been asked by a few friends yesterday and I was going to do a video about it, but I've pushed it back until today. Why do I really want Doctor Who Season 22 out on Blu-ray? Now, before I get into this video, I'm going to explain why people's been talking to me about this. Because when I did a video, not yesterday, the day before, of the 3 seasons I want out on Blu-ray for 2022, which is Season 20, Season 11, and of course Season 22. Now, people have been asking me through Facebook and stuff, why do I want Season 22? It's not a great season, but I enjoy it. Sorry. I am one of those people that love Colin Baker's run as the Doctor. He is not as bad as other people make out him to be. I mean, come on, he is my 6th favourite Doctor after... And Sylvester McCoy is my 2nd favourite Doctor. So Colin Baker is my 6th favourite Doctor. And I do enjoy his run. I think his Doctor... I actually want to cosplay his Doctor. It's very colourful costume. I really do want to go around and cosplay this Doctor. But the one thing I want to talk about is why do I really want Season 22 on Blu-ray? Now, so before I get into that, I'm going to give you a few information about Season 22 itself, like from its broadcast to its broadcast date, what stories, and why do I really want it out on Blu-ray. So, as I said, Season 22 was actually broadcast from the 5th of January to the 30th of March, 1985. And during this run, Doctor Who was put on an 18th month hiatus, which we did have a song called Doctor in Distress released, and Colin Baker is actually one of the singers for it. I really do enjoy that song, by the way, Doctor in Distress. If you haven't listened to it, I would actually recommend it. But the one thing that I really want on Blu-ray is Season 22, because I think we are due this season, because we haven't had a Colin Baker season on Blu-ray since 2019, which we got Season 23, The Trial of a Time Lord. So, yeah, I just want to talk about why I think Season 22 would be good to have on Blu-ray if they have people spending their money on it. Now, to be honest with you, I think they will get the money from it, because from what I've seen for a few people put on Facebook and stuff, the second release of this, I mean, not the actual big chunky box set, the normal small standard version, that sold out pretty quick, and people were still waiting for their pre-order, and Amazon had to get another batch in for it. So it seems to be doing the money really, really well, especially on a Colin Baker season. Now, the one thing I think Season 22 would do so well is because it is one of the seasons in Doctor Who's history where we kind of have a bit of everything going on. I mean, we have Cybermen, the return of the Master, the return of the Santarans, and of course, Daleks. So we end up having 4 main Doctor Who villains from Classic Who. I mean, this is a Classic Who season, so we end up having 4 main Doctor Who villains that have battled against the first 5 Doctors. Of course, we have Anthony Ainley back as the Master. We also have a new Time Lord, and we do have some new new designs of aliens and stuff like the Borad, the Irani, and even Syl is a great villain. So why not Season 22? Why do I really want Season 22? Season 22, for me, it is one of the darker seasons of Doctor Who. It's incredibly dark, especially when you watch Attack of the Cybermen and you see the Cybermen crush Lytton's hands, and you just hit and you just see the blood come squirting out of his hands. Ventures on Varos, you kind of have Syl and the people of the planet on Varos basically trying to think the Doctor is dying from lack of water because they think he's trapped in the desert. So they try and get him to die that way. And then, of course, you have that acid bath as well, when the Doctor just goes, excuse me a minute, and he goes, ah! And he literally falls into the acid bath, and then he's there fighting somebody with a table, and then where the other guard tries and grabs hold of the other person, try and drag him out, he ends up dragging them both in, and they both become Acid Lies. Mark Irani, I absolutely do enjoy that story. That was actually filmed near me. I'm in Shropshire. That was actually filmed up in Ironbridge, believe it or not, in 1984. So that's another history for Shropshire. Doctor Who was filmed up in Ironbridge. Comment if you knew that. If you actually knew that. If you knew Doctor Who was actually filmed in Ironbridge. Because it actually was for this story, and it was in this season. And then, of course, we have some great filming location in Spain for the two Doctors. We go back to a planet that is the third Doctor and Joe Grant was supposed to go to, but it happened off screen, so they could actually work that into a big finished CD, I think. And then, of course, we go to Netcross, where we find out Davros is disguised himself as the Great Healer, and he's actually turning people into food and then selling the food profits back to the world's population. So basically, Davros is there going killing people and turn them into food, which is very dark. It's one of the darker moments in Doctor Who's history. But that's not just why I want season 22. I think Colin Baker deserves a lot of more love than he seems to get, because people don't really like his Doctor because they see him from the Twin Dilemma. And I think season 22 might change people's minds about that. Or there's some people haven't seen classic Doctor Who and they're literally going out and see these Doctor Who collection box sets, and then they buy them and then they find it from each Doctor's era. I really think they would actually like season 22 for a first time person. If I was to introduce somebody into Colin Baker's Doctor, I would actually make them watch the whole lot of season 22. So the stories that we have in this, we have Attack of the Cybermen, which is a great story. The return of the Cyber Controller since 1967 in the 2/7. A great one. And also this is a sequel and a prequel in a way. It's a sequel to other stories, but it's a prequel to the 10th Planet. It's absolutely kind of great. Really, really great. Then, of course, we have Vengeance on Varos. So as you can tell, I got the normal DVD version and the standard special edition of Vengeance on Varos, and it is actually a great story. I absolutely love it. Syl, I think, is a great villain. I actually do like him. I actually prefer him from this story than Mind Warp. Now, the next story is known as Mark of the Irani, where the Doctor has got to deal with the Master and a female version of a Time Lord known as the Irani in this story. And it was filmed, as I said, this story is the one that was filmed up in Ironbridge, which is literally just like 20 minutes, no, about half an hour away the road from me. And it is actually a great story. I really enjoy it. It has some great moments. There will be a review coming out on Mark of the Irani pretty soon, because it's one of the stories I absolutely love, really. I might do a review on the whole lot of season 22. The next story of the season is, of course, the two Doctors. Now, yes and no. Yes, I do like this story. No, I think they kind of messed it up a little bit while filming. I actually think it should have been the 6th Doctor getting caught by Death Starry and the Centaurans, and it was the 2nd Doctor who had to go and rescue his future self. That's where I think it should have been. Not the 2nd Doctor getting caught by Death Starry and Jacini and Shockeye and the Centaurans, and then he becomes their prisoner. I really think it should have been the 6th Doctor, and the 2nd Doctor had to go and rescue his future self. I think that's the way it would have worked. But it's actually a great story, and this is the last story for the Centaurans in classic Doctor Who. Centaurans are one of my favourite villains of Doctor Who. If I was going to do a top 5 villains of Doctor Who, I think the Centaurans will probably be in 4th place, because I absolutely love the Centaurans. I love every single classic story they're in, and I'm really looking forward to watching Series 13, because the Centaurans design looks absolutely fantastic, and it looks so like the iconic monsters designs we have in classic Doctor Who. And to show you that I actually love the Centaurans, instead of getting all the DVDs separately, I brought them all in this big box set called Doctor Who the Bread for War collection, the Centauran collection. Again, I absolutely love this box set. It's every single story of classic Doctor Who from the Centaurans. And we have Time Warrior, the Centauran Experiment, and the Invasion of Time. 2 Tom Bakers, 1 John Pertwee, and of course the Colin Baker story for season 22. I just absolutely do enjoy this story, but I really think it would have worked a bit better, a lot better, if it was actually the second Doctor going to rescue the Sixth Doctor instead of the Sixth Doctor having to go and try and rescue his past self. That's the one thing I have to say about the story. The next story is known as Timelash. Now, not many people like this story. I have to admit, I like the Borad's design. I think this story is not one of the best stories for Colin Baker. It is pretty much the weakest out of season 22. But I like it because it has the Borad. And then when the Doctor breaks the mirrors, you have that awesome image of the third Doctor. Again, I absolutely love little references to past Doctor Who. And I actually love the reference to Jon Pertwee's Doctor in this. Again, this has a great story in it with a time contour, and the TARDIS is being pulled up to it instead of being when it should be going the opposite. So I do enjoy that story for that. So the last story of the season is, of course, Resolution of the Daleks, and I absolutely love this. We're on the planet Necros. We have Davros. We have a new race of Daleks, aka the Necros Daleks, that are white, like a little bit to the Imperial Daleks that we see in the Remembrance of the Daleks, but they have a gold eye stalk with a blue light, where these ones literally just have the same eye stalk as the 70s and Resurrection of the Daleks is designed to I do like that. And then of course we have the return of the actual proper Daleks from Skaro that come here to rescue Davros. Davros does get his hands blown off in this story. He literally gets his hands shot, so it's how come he ends up getting that metal hand that we see in series 4, but we don't really see it in Remembrance of the Daleks because he's actually done himself up as an emperor. But it is actually in the picture of the Juggernauts, so that's another good reference. So they are the stories from this season. I really want this season to come out on Blu-ray. If I was going to say for one story to come out having the whole new CGI treatment that some of these stories are getting, I would actually like it to be the two Doctors, just for the for the space station and some other stuff. I think that would be pretty good. Let me know in the comments if you think season 22 should be coming out on Blu-ray next. Thank you for watching this video. Please do like, subscribe and share, and join me for another Doctor Who content tomorrow.